and I suppose I should be shaking my head like the skeletons, I suppose. But yeah, here I am, red-faced, red top, the secret vault. Yeah, feeling a bit better than yesterday. I'm not sure how much my energy levels will last, because until I started going, right, I have to get ready for the show. See, I can put it on for the show. I can, but prior to the show, I was like this. Right, okay. Yeah, I'm a bit drained of energy. That's a stingy eyes. Eyes are stinging because of hay fever. Right, so we'll start with my list of moans now. Okay, hay fever, run down, too hot. Then there was probably heat stroke. Probably not enough water for the Explorer we were on. Then I had hypothermia. We'll go into that. I think it was probably hypothermic, because I've never experienced anything quite like that. So let's have a look what's going on in the chat channel. Let me see if I can do this so I can get you on the sides. And then, nope. Thank you, Windows 10. I won't go into that rant. Move it across. I can't see everyone. Hang on. Let's do this. And let's see what comes of this. Oh, I so have to take the time to turn this feature off, where if you go to the edge of the screen it makes everything full screen, which I never asked for, but I have to work out how to do it. I don't want it. Right, there we are. Hang on. There we are. Now I can see people's chat messages on the side. You get a little bit too close and suddenly boosh, full screen. Okay, hello everybody. Thanks to everybody who's been chatting in the channel beforehand as well. I'll try and look at the camera if I can, but I'm trying to look at the chat comments, which are over there. It'd be better if I could stick them there, really, isn't it? But we don't live in a perfect world. Or do we? Maybe I could stick them over there, and then I can look at the... Oh, it's gone full screen. It's gone full screen. It's gone full screen because it thinks that's what I want. But it's not what I want. Right, hang on. Oh, it's gone small now. It's gone small. Now I've lost the comments. Don't make them smaller. I'm not asking you to do this, Windows 10. You're doing things I'm not asking you to do. Right? Right. There. We're nearly there, folks. We're nearly there. Right, now let me bring me over here. Okay, now I have the camera and the comments. Maybe we can do it like this. Oh, but I don't have the ability to scroll up and down, because that was hidden. Now we're there. Now hopefully nothing will change. There we go. Is the bath running? Yeah. Yeah, I'll need one after this probably. So what? I'll just get straight to it. Okay. I mean, yes, I looked in a state last night. I probably shouldn't have had. I shouldn't have had the. What's the word I'm looking for? The. I shouldn't have done the show. You know, I shouldn't have done Carl's show last night. But prior to that, I'd even been adventurous enough to try and get out on the road, because there was a crop circle out there, and somebody said, "Oh, you might want to photograph this new crop circle." So me, being like the fool I am, said, "Oh, I'm kind of trained into, you know, being a bloody bitch for the crop circle connector. You know, that anytime they ring, I have to drop whatever I'm doing and go running. So of course, having this like ingrained into you, you know, is like." I thought, well, I better go and photograph the crop circle. So I decided to get in the car, even though I felt like shit. You saw what it was like. That's what it was like. And I decided to get in the car like a bitch, forget about me and my welfare, just think about others, get out there and do the photograph, right? You know, it's like... But of course, there's no reason for me to do it now. You see, so I got about 20 minutes down the road of driving, and I realised I was nodding. I couldn't keep my eyes straight in the road. And I was just like, why am I doing this? Why am I putting myself through this? Why am I doing this? So I just turned the car on and came home. And then 1 hour later, because I had a bit of time, you know, so 1 hour later I had the show with Carl. And that's what I looked like. Wasn't good, was it? Yeah. So you have to wonder the you know, the stupidity of going out to do... Right, I was just going to read the comments. I just had a thought then. Is my mic on? Yes, my mic's on, but I just had a thought, a paranoia that my mic wasn't on. Yeah. You know, Katie Dell says Windows is a pain in the arse. It is, but it's better than having an Apple Mac. So yeah. So sorry about that. I've got some Crispies stuck in my teeth. What few teeth I have left. Yeah, that's part of it as well. I have a number of fillings have fallen out, and I would go to see the dentist, apart from the fact that you're not allowed to unless you've got an emergency as well. Put it like this, you may not know this, but 2 of my teeth fell out at the back, and I have been battling with my dentist to get something done about it for 2 years, but they can't do anything about it because unless you go on private, which is going to cost loads of money, they told me, it can't, there's nothing you can do about it. And I said, well, why can't you just do something on the NHS then? And they were like, well, no, you can't do it on the NHS because, oh, thanks, Lucy Fur, $4.99. Oh, thank you. Love to you, Matt. Hope you're feeling better soon. Can I come and explore with you, please? Well, it depends where you live. And I have a strict policy on only going on explores with people that give me bloody good leads. Hiya, Curbs. Hi, mate. Curbs is in the channel, by the way. Curbs Vids. Go and check him out. He's a good laugh. Obsessively, compulsively disordered on his lift fetish. Yeah, he's a good lad. Get some dental putty. I do, but it doesn't stay in there. That tempering stuff is crap. It just keeps coming out. So I'm not in any pain. Don't get me wrong. I'm not in any pain with these teeth because they were ones that had previously had root canals and stuff like that on them. But the point is, for 2 years now, I've had nothing in those teeth. There's just a hole there, right? Because I've been saying, well, can't you do something about it? And they said, well, no, because there's not enough of the teeth left to do anything. So it'll have to be pulled out, or you can go and have it done privately. And I said, well, I don't want them pulled out because if I pull it out, then it's the road to nothing, isn't it? So, and they said, well, the only place that can do it is in Bristol, they told me. And then this is... so we got them to write to them, even though they said it was a waste of time. But Bristol write back and they say, well, you're not in our catchment area. So it's like Wiltshire doesn't have this type of dental treatment because we are just, we're just Hickville, yeah? So if you go to a big city, London, Bristol, they can all treat you for this on the NHS. But Wiltshire, no, they just throw you to the wolves, just pull all your teeth out. Great. So I complained about this, and it took a long time, but I had a reply. And guess what the NHS said? You should never have been told that by your dentist. That's not true. They can treat you, and we've told them to treat you. There you go. But guess what then happened? Coronavirus. So, I was cancelled. My appointment was cancelled because of coronavirus, and now I still got the holes in my teeth. Anyway, that's one little thing. Okay. Now, how does that affect my exploring? Normally, it doesn't. Okay. Keep it clean in the chat, says Smurfing the Persian Mistra, whatever. Yeah, that one. Merlin the Pigeon Whisperer. Hello, sir. Thank you for helping. Tell you what, let's get some people I know as moderators. Where's Curbsy? He hasn't been a moderator. Anyway, to Lucy, Lucy Fur. Yeah, if you give us a good tip off, I will. I'm looking for his icon. Where is he? There he is. Right, let me make him a moderator. How does a moderator? There you are. You are now a moderator. So you can help out if you see anything. Tracy Jackson says, "How's you? Use clove oil." Got clove oil. Got bottles of the stuff. Right, not a problem. The only problem is. I've got problems with my gums, not my gums, my lips, and swollen up, yeah? Let's try and keep it on track. So dental problems, okay? With having these teeth missing and the fillings come out, I've got jagged bits. So sometimes these jagged bits are making me bite my lip, bite my cheeks. I've got sore spots in the inside of my cheeks because of this. Now then, we go to the Explore I did the other day. So, and I'll if you don't want to see something gross, right? Turn away now, right? This is either an ulcer or it is me having bitten my lip. Okay, so watch this now. Okay, ready? Don't turn away if you don't like it. It's just going to be on my lip. Okay, but here's my swollen lips. Okay, so let me see if I can focus this in. You can see it. Can you see swollen? Right? These are chapped, right? From being sunburned, right? And you got I don't know if you can see it. Can you see the ulceration? There's bits on the inside. It's horrible, yeah? It's bullshit, yeah? But the trouble is, if I've got sensitive, swollen lips and things like that, and I put clove oil in my mouth, I'm going to literally punch my fist through the wall, because the pain of my punching my fist through the wall is going to be less than the pain I'm getting in my mouth. Right? I use Listerine, right, as a, oh boy, do I wake up? Do my eyes go wide? I get tears flowing when I use Listerine. Yeah, that's how painful that is. Yeah. It's duty of care. Well, I've got to wait. I've got to wait. I waited 2 years, so what difference is going to be like an extra month or something? But they should be taking these dentists out of coronavirus thing soon. So anyway, what they're going to do is they're going to, instead of putting fillings in there, which they've done in the past, they're going to do what they should have done initially, all that time ago, which is to put a bloody a cap on it. You're like, what do they call them? Cap. Anyway, they're going to put one of those in there. So I'm going to actually have a top on the tooth. So there we go. But anyway, in the meantime, I've been concerned over the last 2 years that something's going to get in there and give me a bloody bug that's going to go to my brain, because that happened to a friend of mine who then got taken into bloody hospital and nearly died, and that person's name that happened to, right, is Colin Andrews, the crop circle researcher and author. Okay, so yeah, and he was taken into hospital, and it was touch and go whether he would live, and that's just because of dental shit. Yeah. Bonjela Cool Gel. I should go out, but the thing is, there is a pharmacy down the road, and I should go and get some. But honestly, I've just been asleep today. I've just been recovering. It's too late now. It's shut. But yeah, Bonjela. I have been thinking about it. Yeah. Anyway, people are asking me, what about the new Sony A7S? What not the 3, A7S III? That hasn't come out yet, has it? Or has it? Because I'm very interested in having a look at that. Remove the tooth with yourself with pliers. I actually know somebody who removes their teeth themselves, and remember Exploring with Matty? Yeah. He wouldn't go and see a dentist. He used to remove the teeth himself, either with pliers or. My cheek is very swollen. To be honest, many of you have probably not realising if you've had a good look at me straight on, right, that I actually have got one side of my face is more swollen than the other, and that's because I had an accident when I was a kid in a car, right, and my mouth never set back properly. And they said, oh yes, Lucifer sent me another $4.99. Fair play, Matt. I'm in Somerset and I have loads of ideas. Okay, look after yourself more. Yeah, well, tell us the ideas, and if it's really something really good, because I mean I've heard of a lot of these places, I'll try and get down, and as you're not too far, I could probably afford to do it. So let's see. Oh yeah, KK Explorer says he got busted in Morton Marsh. Security turned up, then 3 police cars. Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, but at least they let you walk away. That's the main thing. Yeah, be careful with Listerine. It contains chlorhexidine, which can burn you. Same stuff surgeons use in pre-op scrub. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. It says, my 6.5-year-old son died after the dentist. He had an allergic reaction to the anaesthetic, which made his brain swell, and he passed away. Oh my God, Mike the Pike, I'm really sorry to hear that, mate. That's terrible. Dear. Yeah. Well, it's one of those things, I'm trying to hold on to some of my teeth, because I've had lots of fillings over the years. I swear some of this stuff has been bad advice. This year is bad advice from a dentist, right? That gap was not there, right? And I had no problems with that tooth at all. Nothing. Couldn't see anything, nothing. I was told that the tooth was cracked. And I said, is it? And they were like, yeah. And they said, we can put a filling in it. And I said, well, where is it cracked? And they said, on the back side. So I thought that would mean the filling would be on the back side and you wouldn't see anything. Fair enough. Next thing I know, and I go, hang on, what were we doing? And then they go, well, we're drilling it out. You sound like you're drilling an awful lot of stuff there. And of course they had. They drilled all that out. And then they put the filling, which then covers it back up. I don't even think there was a problem, to be perfectly honest. Yeah? I don't trust dentists, to be honest. I've had arguments with dentists in the past over things, yeah? And And it's like, I'm sorry, yeah, I look like Madonna. Yeah, I don't like Madonna. Actually, I don't like that gap tooth look. Yeah, I don't like it. I was on the recent Explorer Cobra Mist, and I actually said that. I said, "Who here likes Madonna? Who thinks Madonna looks sexy? Anyone?" I literally shouted out here to people. It wasn't. I don't know if I filmed it, but I just said, "Who thinks Madonna looks sexy?" And they were like, I said, "Well, anybody like think she's like whoa?" And they were like, "Not really." And I was like, "Yeah, I think she just looks like really funny with a gap tooth, and yeah, and I think and then she like dresses up in all this like I'm a slut, I'm a whore gear, and I'm just think, is that really, is that good? Is that good? It just freaks me out, I consider, sleeping with whores to be a dirty thing. I wouldn't recommend it. Have I tried oil pulling? Don't know what that is. Dentists try to provide preemptive care to fix problems before they become an issue. Yeah, well, they all they do is they say, well, here, brush with this ultra fluoride, which of course, me knowing what fluoride really does, I think to myself, well, yeah, I'll get to the end of the tube and then I ain't buying any more, and that's it. So yeah. Anyway, so the teeth thing is one thing. The gap tooth, that's the dentist, yeah. So now it keeps falling out all the time, and I have to keep getting it put back in. But you're seeing me like this because I was meant to have that put in at the same time as I was meant to go for the treatment for everything else that I had to complain to the NHS to get done, yeah. So now you have me like this. Yeah, that's me. That's the new me. Yeah, we've all got the new normal. That's the new normal. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, that's all right. Somebody, Google decided that King B's comment, it says, and plug Oral B. I thought that might be rude. So, yeah, it put it on hold. But anyway. Good morning, Explorer McCall. And, yeah, yeah, Mark Urbex Abandoned Photography. I think they like to say to experiment on you and test their skills. They do, and at the end of the day, you're getting new dentists all the time in my dentistry. My dentist is like every time I go, there's a new dentist. It's like so they seem to be like, what are they rejected dentists? Can't they hold on to a dentist? What is it? It's like every time you go, there's a different bloody dentist. So I mean, like, are you going to get personal treatment? Are you going to get absolutely brilliant treatment when it's not somebody that knows you, understands, or, I mean, what are they like firing them afterwards? Are they going on to better jobs afterwards? What the hell's going on? Anyway, hello the Jonesies. Yeah, Barry Allen says dentist equals glorified Oral B salesman. Yeah. Shane O'Connor says, are the comments up? I'm trying to ask you something that isn't going on. I don't know. I've got top chat and I've got live chat. All messages are visible. So I've put mine onto live chat now. In case, I don't know, I want to see all the comments. So let's see what happens. Spend money on private, then you don't get messed about. Yeah, well, I would if I had the money, but they want like 700 quid to put in 2 teeth or something, to put 2 caps, crowns, I think they call them, isn't it? That's right, caps, crowns. They want 700 quid, and is that? And when I get there, the first thing they probably say is, "Oh no, not 700 quid for 2. That's 700 quid each." They can jump in a lake. Let's put it politely. Yeah, right. All right, Curbs is off. He said he'll be back on later. Great. So that's just dentistry before we even get to the Explore. Okay. And then you got the I get hay fever quite badly, and it's summertime. So what's this? Yeah, Craigu says hello, Matt. Hello, mate. I get hay fever, and it makes my eyes water and my eyes itch and I get streaming nose, and it just makes me feel like I've got a lot of energy lost. You know, it makes me feel tired, and so I have to take antihistamines, but that doesn't really sort of make the problem go pa-ching, go away, I'm magically better. It just means that I have less itchiness and less snottiness, you know, and possibly more energy, but it doesn't really help 100%. I have to motivate myself to just say, right, I'm going to fight the feeling of sleep and just get out and do something, and, you know, try and keep myself exercised. But it's a fight because, you know, it's very alluring. You know, sitting back in your chair is quite alluring. Then we have the heat problem in the room. Like this room is like a bloody oven. Yeah, I got equipment on in here, and the only thing I can do to keep cool is keep the fan on or work at night to edit videos. Okay, so that's a problem. In the daytime, I'm like, it's so much heat, and the heat sets off my hay fever. It makes the hay fever worse. So you can just imagine daytime's not a good time for me. Yeah, going out doing the shopping, going out with the dog. The dog doesn't do well in the heat either, to be honest. So, you know, yeah, I go out at night, you know, with the dog, or when it's getting twilight, so the sun is not on the is not right above us. That sort of stuff. Anyway, I'm told use Optics eye drops. Yeah, Optrex doesn't really work. I've had to have better stuff than that. I got what's it called? I got it downstairs. I've got Beckinase, which used to be prescription. They've now made it non-prescription. That's a steroid, you know, for your nose. Then there's the thing for the eyes, which I have to put in the eyes. It's some sort of salt substance, but yeah, that's okay sometimes. Oh, hello, Lee Ford has just donated £1 and with no comment, but thank you, Lee Ford. Yeah, so Exploring Car says he's got a couple of good locations to do in the next day or two. Well, if I can manage the muster the energy, yes. Anyway, yeah, I was telling people about, I had one side of my face is actually slightly bigger than the other. Like this one curves around here. You see, it seems bigger, yeah. And this one seems this side is a little bit flatter. You see it? Yeah. I spot it because I know it's there. I also spot it because I used to do portraiture art, and you have to notice a lot of people have eyes are not level. That's perfectly natural. You know, different positions of nose and shape of the face and all that. So I spot it, and when I look at a person, I'm automatically, because I'm trained, you know, to do portraits, I'm automatically saying right eye's low, higher, left eye lower, you know, slightly close together, you know, chin's off to one side, you know, that sort of stuff. I'm kind of like looking at all these like little peculiarities. Try fexofenadrine from your GP. What's that then? Snaggle90. What does that do? Fexofenadrine. I'm just going to copy your comment now into I'm into like anything that might help, so let's have a little look. Oh shit, I got the bloody windows all open now over here. Hang on, let me open a Chrome up over the top. Let me just open a Chrome and that'll do it. Let's see what that is. Phenylphexadrine, antihistamine that relieves allergy symptoms. Conjunctivitis. Okay. Allegra. It's sold under the name Allegra and FX24. See, you know, this is why I was. If you wonder why I was when I was doing the stream with Carl, I was going like this and doing that. It's because I'm trying to feel how badly swollen my mouth still is. So some people said it looked like I was gurning, you know, like I'd taken a load of ecstasy or something, and I was like, you know, going all that. No. I'm literally, I was looking at myself in the window, and I was like, how bad is it? Because it's all raw. It's all raw up here as well. Yeah, it's raw there. I don't know if you can see that. Sorry. Yeah. Anyway, it's raw there. Raw there. It's raw across there. It's raw in a line all the way along where my teeth are. Right there. It's like that. It's like in the inside. My teeth are biting in the inside of my lip. Anyway, try using lipstick. Desloratadine. Desloratadine. Well, I use loratadine. which is Claritin, but it used to have one called Neo Loratadine, but they stopped doing it. It was better, and they stopped doing it for some reason. But Des Loratadine, I don't know, it's different to the one I'm getting because I buy my stuff myself now because too many people were coming to them looking for the prescriptions. So they said, "Oh bollocks! Then we'll just make these particular, particular things non-prescription, so you can just go and buy them yourself." There's Loratadine. Yeah, so it's probably very similar to what I'm already taking, but it's probably got a little bit of a, it's called a non-drowsy antihistamine. It can still cause drowsiness in a few people. Yeah, it does with me. And I've got to be careful because if I'm on it and I drink, as you've seen, it doesn't take much to get me drunk, like 2 pints. Well, anyway, last night I'll admit something to you, right? It's not a big admission by any spell of the imagination, but once I finished drinking my Vimto, right, which was in a glass, right, I then cracked open a warm can of beer and probably drank about half of it. I don't know. I don't think I got very far through it, but and then that was it. That was me then. Whoa, nodding out. That's why I had to go to bed and just it's enough to push me over the edge, really. I'm not able. I can't drink it like I used to. Sertrazine hydrochloride I don't like. That's Piriton. That one sends me to sleep. So Pyrenees, he swears by it. The thing is, there's so many out there, and some are good for some people and some are good for others. It definitely I felt pain then from there, as I'm talking, and it's like So a couple of times last night you'd have probably seen me go because it was literally like I managed to bite my chin, and did I say bite my chin? I said bite my chin, didn't I? I'm just reviewing what I just said. Bite my cheek. I didn't bite my chin. I'd be bloody very clever if I could sort of manage to get my chin in my mouth. Anyway, I bite my cheek or bite my lip, and just like absolute pain. And they saw me do it a couple of times when I was with them down at the Cobra Mist site. And they saw me go, and I was like, "What's the matter, man?" I was like, "Oh, I just bit it again." And they're like, and it's like, but if they hadn't have been there, I would have just shouted out so loudly. I was like, "Fuck, man, wanker," because it's just like pissing me off. Have I been to a dentist? Yes, I have. But to be honest with these things, some of them have been so sharp that I've just taken a Dremel to them, and I just sort of just like took the bloody edge off them because they were just so bloody sharp. So yeah. Anyway, when's the ghost thing coming out? As soon as I can actually have enough energy to stay awake to edit it, which I haven't had a lot of energy recently. I've been kind of fighting to sort of stay awake, fighting to get the motivation to go out. And going out's fine because then I'm out doing something, so it wakes me up. But sitting in front of a computer like this, editing with the heat in this room, you're having a laugh, aren't you? You are absolutely having a laugh. Yeah, I'm 10 minutes and I'm fighting sleep. Cups of tea. Energy drinks. Yeah. Anyway, I'm putting my hand down here now, so I'll show you this because I thought you might like to see this. This was the towel. This should have gone in the wash, yeah. But it's sitting on the chair, and this towel is now like starched because of my body sweat coming off me yesterday. What I do sometimes is because there's no way to cool this place down apart from air conditioning, which I can't afford, yeah. One of the ways I found that is good, yeah, is you get a wet towel and you put it on your shoulders like that, and then you put the fan on. Okay, and then that keeps you cool, and every once in a while you can just wet your head down and just whoosh, that evaporation will keep you cool. So that's why I had the towel on last night. If it didn't make a lot of sense to people, that's why that was there. Okay, trying to keep cool. Going to sleep. You can get these ball things you put up your nostrils to stop the hay fever from entering. Bloody hell, I've never heard of anything like that. Hello, somebody's asking me what did I use to edit. I use Adobe Premiere, and I haven't been in the wars. I've just been suffering from multiple ailments, which then built up into something, quite interesting when I got extremely hot at Cobra Mist, and then I got frozen. I will come to that. Yeah. The other thing about if I get an aircon, I've had aircon before, right? I mean, Dan Dixon's just got one now, right? And I went, because he suffers, that's why he's got it. Obviously, it's too hot, he's suffering, yeah. Whether he's got hay fever or whether it's just he just wants to sleep and it's hard to edit, it just makes people miserable. The heat is just miserable, I'm far better off in the winter. It might be cold, but you can put lots of clothes on. Anyway, I'm going to say hold that thought because I need a small comfort break. I'll be back in a minute. Hold the thought. Okay. Right. Oh, back to the heat. Back to the heat it is, yes. Hello. Sorry, I'm getting caught short a little bit. It's not something you can really leave either, because I've been drinking a lot of vitamin C, putting it in my drink. I've got bags of the stuff, but when I feel ill, I just dose up on loads of vitamin C. But when you drink it in massive quantities, you get a bit of a laxative effect, if you know what I mean. So, yeah. But it's more important to get the vitamin C in there. So let's have a little look at what people have been saying. It's not a beer delivery. No. This beer here is actually unopened and warm. So that's from last night. Yeah, but I didn't end up even opening it. Why? What channel is this? Why this into view? I don't know what that means, but anyway. How's the boat? Got the engine sorted out? No, I haven't, but the person who it is that I'm trying to get the money back from has received his registered letter now, his recorded delivery, and signed for it like a child. So I'm sure they're going to pretend like they never got the letter delivered, but we shall see, because he's got 14 days, and whether he says that's been delivered or not, I will use it as proof when he goes to court. If he doesn't want to turn up and use that as an excuse, probably send him another one, just say, I haven't heard from you, so off to court we go, and then he'll sign for that one as well. But we tend to know that there's certain people out there in life that will just rather hide from situations and think they can just run away and keep your money. So yeah, we like dealing with people like that. We stamp all over them. Yes. So yeah, indeed. So I'm not giving £1,000 to some chancer who just puts out a crap engine that hasn't been checked in any way, shape or form. No, we don't do that. And we will rub our hands in glee at the thought of giving him a county court judgment that will lose him credit and stay on his file. He'll find it hard to get a mortgage. Yeah, great. Or give me my money back. Yeah. Yeah, so anyway, hello, the urban legend. Thanks. I wouldn't say I'm well, but I'm able to put on a bit of a better show than when the camera goes live. I can put it on a bit, but I'm certainly feeling not 100% on my feet. Yeah, we've had it. I haven't even had chance, right, to deal with my car door. I need to unplug the wires from the the door open mechanism, because it's currently stuck to open the door, and it puts the windows up, and then it locks all the doors, and then it won't unlock and all this sort of stuff. And I've been going through this like 4 days. We even went down to this Cobra Mist place like that. Pain in the arse. So maybe after I get off here, before I lose my energy and start thinking of sleep again, I'll go and do that. It should take about 10 minutes, and then I'm not going to have to climb into my car. I can actually open the door and get into the driver's seat. Vitamin C, too much can crystallize in your liver. Well, I don't do it often, just when I'm feeling run down. But yeah, I drink a lot of water after it, but like I might get one hit of vitamin C, and then the rest of the day is water. So, oh, you're not boss-eyed tonight. No, I'm not. Vape Underground. I'm not boss-eyed, but I wasn't with it last night. Yeah. Oh, my stomach's grumbling. You're better than my bath episodes. You are better than your bath episodes. Yes, indeed. But a bath is a good way, a cold shower, to kind of cool you down. That's another way. But drink lots of water. WD-40 and duct tape is all you need in your life to fix stuff. Yeah, indeed. What's in the tubs behind all these? That particular one is all medicines. Okay, so there we are. Melatonin, Otravine, clove oil. See clove oil? Kidney stone, right? Because I actually kept one of my old kidney stones because it was pretty big. When I passed it, I was so impressed I kept it. And a doctor's stethoscope to make sure that my heart is working properly and not firing off improperly. Yeah, bit of a hypochondriac, you might say, but when you get panic attacks, one of the things you have with panic attacks is convincing yourself you're having a heart attack, and you aren't. But nothing will convince you that you aren't, apart from a doctor, or something like that. So I got myself a stethoscope in the end because my doctor said there's nothing wrong with your heart. And it's like, okay. So I got a stethoscope so I could listen to my own heart to convince myself, oh, it sounds fine. But you think it's doing things that it isn't doing, yeah? And that's paranoia, panic attack, head screwing with you territory. Hope you don't have it. If you have, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. Those are BB bullets for my fake little airsoft gun. Glues. It's basically all stuff to do with model making or repairing stuff. It's all stuff to glue things. There's glues, pliers, drills, screwdrivers, socket sets. It's all there, all the bits I use. Anyway, show us the stone. I could do, but I'd have to get out of the box. Maybe we'll do it another time, yeah? I mean, it's big. Oh, shall I? How many of you want to see it? Because if it grosses you out too much, I won't show it. Right, let's see how many want to see it. Okay. Some things in here. Some funny things. I swear by this stuff, melatonin, yeah? But I only have 5 milligrams normally, right? But these are useful if the dog is stressed. You can give like a third of one of those to the dog. But yeah, I don't know if it's in here. It's written on the thing it's in here, but I don't know if it is in here. Oh, there's it. Oh yeah. Hang on, let me see. Is it big? It says matte kidney stone. Oh, I think it's broken into multiple pieces. Oh, they're pretty big pieces though. How many wants to see it then? How am I going to show it to you? I'll have to point the camera down. Hang on. I have to point the camera down and stick them on something white, I think. Hang on, how far does the camera go down? Sort of. And I need to focus it in as well. Let me bring up the thing to focus it. We'll get there. I'll show you my stones. If you really want to get into my life that much, I shall show you my stones. Hang on then, folks. Did you pee it out? Yes, I did. I peed it out. It was big. And it hurt when it came out. Right, let's see if I can focus this puppy up. Right, so if I focus for that sort of distance, how does that go? Right, autofocus. There we are, that'll do it. So about that distance there. Right, so I get these out then. And is it too bright? Let me just see. It's too bright. Hang on. Maybe if I turn this down a bit, might be too bright. Oh, it's doing some sort of auto adjust anyway, so it's not so bad. Right, let me see if we can. It's not ideal. Let me move it down like this, and then there we go. That's not too bad. Right, so I'll tip these on because I don't want them to run away as well. So there they are. That's my. Oh, there they are in the thing. But that was like one big thing. Right, so let's put them on here so you can see them. It's been bounced around, I think. Right, so that was one kidney stone, and I'll show you. Like that's my little finger. Yeah. What else can I show you? Size against. What have I got here? It's a doggy treat. It's one of those like gravy bones. Yeah. So that's the size of a gravy bone against one of them. What else have I got? Anything else? Money. It's usually a good indicator. Yeah, I'll have 5 pence piece. Right. 5 pence piece against my kidney stone. So it's crumbled away. I don't know, maybe they just do just disintegrate after time. But there we go. Let's point it down as much as we can. There we are. So yeah, it's a bit of a beast really to come out of my you know where. But yeah, so there's little things you get when you get older if you're susceptible to them, perhaps. I don't know, maybe some people aren't. I know if you sit around editing videos all day and like me, that can help cause it. And it's dietary as well, it's what you eat. And subsequently I drink a lot more acidic drinks, and I filter my water to get rid of a lot of the calcium in the water as well. So I think that probably helps. I haven't had any for a while, and I know the symptoms now if I do get any again in the future, because my dad had them recently and he thought he was going to die. He literally thought he was going to die, and he was making his plans basically, saying, now, you know, if I'm not here, you know, I want you to know this and know that, and he was making his plans. And I said, Dad, just go and see a doctor. It sounds to me like you've got a urinary infection. I said, you know what the urinary infections probably come from? It's probably like, you know, you've got kidney stones and now you've got a urinary infection, yeah? I said, I get them. Go and see a doctor. He came back, he goes, oh yeah, it was just a urinary infection. He gave me antibiotics and I felt so much better, like in a few hours. It was amazing. I was like, yeah, it is. It's weird that, isn't it? I've had exactly the same thing. It feels like you're sweating, hallucinating, you can't see straight. It's like, and it's like, yeah, running a real temperature. And it's all because of, you know, kidney stones, urinary infection. Crap, eh? Anyway, let's come back to. So there's my that's that then for a laugh. There's I did get gout some years ago. I had to stop drinking Coca-Cola every day. That was very painful. Oh dear. Sand spurs, out they pop, and then the doctor gets a nice Q-tip, dry Q-tip for you. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. Heroin kept me young, a true story, or the circuits whilst I was in jail. Right, okay, fair enough, says Michael Myers. UTIs can make you feel like you're dying. Yeah, exactly. Well, my dad, he did literally think that was it. He thought he was going to be, you know, diagnosed with cancer, terminal. It was all over. And some people say, I mean, I don't know if it's true. Some people say that kidney stones are more painful than giving birth. So yeah, I've had them a number of times. Yeah, Lulu says I've had 9 in a row. They kept coming back. You've got to stick up for yourself or keep on the NHS, and keep on with the NHS or you'll get nowhere. Exactly, yeah. You've got to actually sort of demand your rights basically and say, look, you know, this is not right what you're doing here, and I'm going to do something about it. Well, like I say, it took 2 years to finally prove that I was being treated like a mug by my dentists, yeah, who just wanted to, you know, get me round the corner to their mate who was going to charge me a massive amount of money, yeah, and I knew it. I friggin' knew it, yeah. But now the NHS know that that's the game they're playing, so hopefully more people will complain, you know, about that, sort of treatment and that sort of advice they're giving people, which ain't much more than give us your money, yeah? So they get plenty of money out of all the fillings that keep falling out again and again and again and again, yeah? So I'm a regular bloody customer for them already, but it seems like that wasn't good enough, yeah? That was not good enough. It's like, let's take this guy to the cleaners, yeah? So that isn't going to happen. But yes, Jim Jones, £5. Thank you very much, Jim Jones. He says, I suffer really badly with excess stomach acid issues, and that's horrible, especially someone with a vomiting phobia. Oh dear. Yeah. I can imagine, being, I don't like being sick, but I don't, honestly, every time I've ever had to be sick, I felt so much better afterwards. So it's like, if there was a reason I needed to be sick, it's like horrible up to the point of being sick. But then once you've been sick, it's like, oh, wow, that feels much better. It's like your body knows, and it's sort of like, it probably gives you a little endorphin treat. And it's like, well done, human master of my body, thank you. Michael Myers says, don't take meth. Never had any inclination to do that. What's this? Meth to subby, 4 mil now. Bloody hell! What are you on about taking horrible drugs? Ugh. Okay. Right. So, big hello to Luke. Yes, hello, Luke, wherever you are. Yeah, stop taking nasty drugs. See a doctor and get some help, and go and get some help. Don't be doing that. Yeah. So anyway, right. What happened? Okay. Somebody said, "What happened, Matt?" So right, that spurs me on to say what happened. And what's the time? Oh, we've been here for. Oh, my stomach's grumbling. We've been here for 40 minutes so far, so we're just about to get up to speed. Right. It has been my intention to go back and do some research at the place called Rendlesham and Woodbridge, which is a UFO story. And do my neighbour watch my channel? I don't know. I hope they don't. Subutex from methadone, heroin substitute prescribed. Well, yeah, but just don't keep doing it. So anyway, yes, wanted to go back to this place that we did in this UFO video, and I basically had a couple of ideas on the cards of places we could visit. And it's a fair old drive. I think it takes about 4 hours to get to it from where I live. So I asked a few people if they wanted to come. My friend Steve, who's my UFO buddy, he wanted to come. And basically, then Sam and Jess said they would like to come. And Luke, living at Urban, wanted to come. And Curbs wanted to come. Curbs dropped out, but all the rest came. And we had a sort of fairly full car because of this. I would have liked to have taken my electric bike, because I thought, well, there's a possibility that this could be a moderate walk along a beach, and if it is, then we can always get more stuff transported back and forth on the bike, faster. But because there wasn't enough space, I didn't end up taking the bike. Now, had we taken the bike, I think this would have been a whole different outcome. Now, this is leading me to believe that in the future, if I'm going to do something similar to this, I'm going to have to say to people that I would normally love to bring with me. My stomach is grumbling and gurgling terribly here. So I'll have to be restricting the numbers of people I take, simply because I need to take the bike. It's a way that I could get a lot more gear a lot further without having to be weighed down. I had my usual camera kit on my back, and because it was a hot day, I thought, I'm going to sweat my boobies off here. So of course I didn't think about coat, did I? And something sensible like taking a coat and extra clothing along with me, because I was already carrying lots of stuff and it was quite heavy. So we could see where we needed to go in the distance, and it didn't look too bad. And we'd kind of worked out it was probably going to be like a couple of miles walk. So we decided we would walk. What we didn't know, because you can't drive down there, by the way, this is an island that's not accessible, directly. You can go along a very thin strip of land that becomes, just shingle and beach. Basically, it's just like a peninsula, and it you can go, take a break, get some food to eat. But yeah, if I do that, I can do that in a bit. I can't leave the stream going, so bike roof rack, says Micro Uber Repairs. We could do that, or I could put it on the back, but I've got to look into these things, whether so we can keep the amount of people in the car, and then put it on the back or something like that. But there's various ways we could possibly do it, but we'll have to somebody says they got drunk 1 week ago and it was the best and worst feeling ever. Yeah, right. No, this place wasn't in Wales, actually. I was going to say Perlin the Midgeon Whisperer. There we are, see, mixing up my words. So, yes, it wasn't in Wales. It was near, I suppose, Norwich is Suffolk, so it's like right over there. Woodbridge, Bentwaters, Rendlesham Forest, that sort of area. But one of the stories is that there was this lighthouse that was seen, whilst they were out looking for this UFO in the forest. The army guys were there, and not our army, the American Air Force guys were there, and they were hunting this thing down in the forest, and they had light oils and whatnot there looking for this thing. One of the features of the story is that they could see the lighthouse light sweeping across in the distance. Now, it turns out that location where that lighthouse was a secret base, and it was used in the 1960s. Yes, it's very near Ipswich. Vapor Underground is correct. It was used in the 1960s for development of nuclear weapons, and so it's an experimental station. Now, there are still buildings there to this day which are part of the experiments they did. So they've got missile launch things, they've got test rigs, they've got rooms and buildings and whatnot. But also they had a very large antenna array, some of which is still there. And the antennas that are there today are nothing compared to what was there in the past. But it was interesting that these antennas were aligned in such a way that it looks like they were beaming stuff out in the direction of where this UFO sighting would have happened. And the talk is that there were experiments going on there in the 80s, and what I and other people wonder was if they were experimenting with very high frequency, very high power energy, and it was directed somewhere in the region of that base, that they may have actually caused something to happen with the nuclear weapons, possibly, or maybe even causing people to hallucinate something happening in the forest with these lights. That's a possibility. There were energy effects whereby people's equipment was going off, the light oils were going on and off, even though they were fully serviced. Well, I wonder whether a high energy, beam weapon or transmission of something that effectively becomes like a beam weapon, it may not have been designed as a weapon, but it was certainly, it ended up causing enough of a fuss to, make people think possibly you could use something like that as a weapon. But what was happening around this lighthouse, which is on the same island, Orford Ness is the island, by the way, Orford Ness, spelled O-R-F-O-R-D, and then N-E-S-S. So that place, that's the Orford Ness Lighthouse, housed this secret project called Cobra Mist. Okay, I just lick my lips a minute because they're going really dry. Yeah, right. So Orford Ness was the place where they had this experimentation station. Now, not a lot is known about it, but locals who lived in the area were talking about dead seagulls being found in large amounts around this area. And considering it was something to do with radio waves, makes you wonder whether or not these birds were being zapped out of the sky by this weapon, by this radar, by this transmitter that was there. And if it's big enough to kill birds, I mean, goodness knows what it's doing to the local population where this thing is being directed in the vicinity of. So so John RP Grauby says they're experimenting with 5G, which causes a lot of health problems. Well, yes, I mean, when 5G fully becomes active, I mean, people are going to get health problems for sure, because at the moment they're operating in fairly low frequencies, but they want the right, and they've been given the right to operate in incredibly high frequencies that are used for radar. And those are the really dangerous frequencies, because they could literally like make you feel like your skin's on fire, make you vomit, do all sorts of things, to kind of make people ill. And Minisaurus says they wanted 900 plus for a root canal. Yeah, and Den Plan was £47 a month, isn't it? £900, isn't it? Right, that's big bucks, isn't it? Yeah, because all they do, right, this works out, a root canal, how long does it take them? You come in, you're out in half an hour, they give you an injection, they wait for it to come in, yeah, then they go, yeah, so we're talking £900 an hour these people are on, £900 an hour, yeah, they got a bit of equipment they had to buy, but they're on £900 an hour, yeah. Words escape me. Well, ones that won't get me demonetized escape me right now. Yeah. Anyway, so, right, let's go back to the point. We got to this place, and you can see big buildings in the distance and the lighthouse. And from a drone, you can see that there is a lot of markings on the ground, which would seem to be like where the rays of this weapon would have gone. And I think the idea behind this testing they were doing as well as to see whether they could direct a beam without having to have a movable head on the device. So if you imagine antennas, normally if you have an antenna and it has like prongs or whatever, you tend to sort of point it in the direction where you want to fire the signal or receive the signal. Yeah. Well, what these people were doing were putting up static antennas and trying to manipulate the frequency so that it would beam and bend itself through the air. So if you imagine lasers travel in straight lines, yeah, well, this is a similar principle. A radio wave will normally dissipate out, but it tends to travel in a direction. The higher the frequency you go, the more it travels in a straight line until you get to such a high frequency it becomes light, and then it travels in a very straight line. You see, so that's how this works now. But what you could do with this system, a phased array radar system, is you can actually change the frequency, change the pulse width and things like this, and you can actually make the beam bend. So it comes out and it bends around. So without having to have any moving parts, they were experimenting probably back then with phased array radar and how to maneuver it and make it go where you want it to go. So there we are. Ian Houston says, been to Orford Nest twice. Great Explorer 99 and 91. Came home with a banging headache. It's interesting that, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah, Acute 33 says his fillings slowly turned black and then all my teeth fell out over the years and now he's pain-free. Yeah. My old private dentist done a root canal for me. It was 300 quid. Yeah. John Clark, he says, the BBC World Service took over the site after the MOD decided to close the radar. Buildings were empty and site cleared of any antennas by that stage. Yeah, I think the antennas we saw were from the BBC, and they would have been hanging antenna wires from them. So it wasn't the actual vertical antennas with the business. Yeah, it was the wires that hung horizontally from antenna mast to antenna mast. Those are the ones that were doing the business. So so anyway, Raver DK says, as an electronic engineer, Matt pretty much has got this nailed down. Phase of multiple antennas will indeed change the behaviour of the RF beam. So, yeah. Oh, God. 5G is absolutely ridiculously expensive on EE. It costs £45 a month for a 5G nano SIM. You know what? You know why it's so expensive? Because they're gonna have to put in so many transmitters everywhere to make the system work. They're making you pay for that, and when it's all installed, then you'll pay for it in another way as well. It's called your health. Anyway, I've got to go to the loo. I'll be back in a minute. So. Oh. Right, oh, got myself some milk. Ow, my hands are aching. I can't close my hands without agony. Right, that's another symptom. It's like it feels like arthritis or something. And these are just little scratches I got from thorns and rubbish when I was down there the other day. So I just patched myself up a bit. But it's just like this. I can't close my fists when they're like this because it's just like, yeah, nice. So I don't know what that's all about. Whew, I feel quite lightheaded after doing that. A bit of pain. Oh dear. That was weird. Did anyone see the light flash then? That was not my brain going flash. Hang on. Anyway, I fancied a nice bit of milk, and I'll get the doggy up here in a minute because I've got. Well, where was I? It's not the place that's caused me to suffer so much pain. It was the circumstances. It wasn't the place. It was the circumstances. I mean, I've got my hay fever, feeling a bit run down and tired. Didn't get much sleep before I decided to do such a massive. James Black says, I'm a flipping hypochondriac. Well, yeah, I am. But it doesn't mean I'm not ill. Yeah? So, okay. I have eaten. I had some baked beans and chips earlier on, so I've definitely eaten, for sure. But yeah, I'll eat some more, definitely. And I had a packet of crisps. I know you're going to say, oh, but that's not real food. Well, yeah, but yeah. I might make myself a pizza. I'll just gorge out, but I don't want to overeat because I don't want to put on weight. So but yeah, I know you have to eat when you're ill. You have to eat. So yes, I do know this. I have literally before I came on air, I had a meal. So bring Angel upstairs. All right then. Right. Okay. Let's get the dog up there. Just chuck her out there for now. Oh. She'll soon be here, don't worry. Oh, what's the matter? Did you hear something? Was it some of these? Nom. Nom nom nom. Ah, there we are. I just bit my lip. Right out. Trying to get the yeah, right. Do you want to jump on the bed? Go on. Right. So she's happy now. Anyway, you won't see so much of her, but well, yeah, she's on the bed. Well, I've loads of them. Right. But she is there. But everything I'm eating at the moment, including that, these are not very good. They're making my mouth inflame, so I'm not going to eat too much. Right. Michael Myers says he has a bulldog. Yeah, nice dogs. Shame they are slightly squished in noses and genetically altered, but yeah, they're nice. They're nice. I like my dogs to look like they've got snouts and tails. Yeah, but right. So back to the point. Let's get there. I haven't sorted the engine out for the boat, but if you watch the beginning of the video, I'll talk about it a bit more. I have to rewind this video, and I do talk about it. Okay, the Cobra Mist. Yeah, we got there. We got onto the island by walking along the beach headland. It was supposed to be a couple of miles, but we were. It felt like a lot more because all of the stones that we were walking on were kind of loose. So instead of you getting a good fast footing, you were sort of sludging. Each footstep wasn't really doing so much work, and so that took longer. And that was a real ball ache getting over there, to be honest. It was boring. Then we got off that that bit which had the stones onto the island itself. That was a lot easier. And then we got towards the buildings which are there and the antennas, and we had a look around, and we could hear music playing. And we looked it up on Google, and we found out that Radio Caroline actually transmits from there now. That's their transmitter site. Dogue de Bordeaux, as the urban legend. I've got to remind myself what that is now, but I think he did tell me. But I think that's what Merlin the Pitching Whisperer's got, isn't it? Isn't that? Oh no, it's those. They're big old floppy skinned. Oh my god, they're amazing. I love the look of those dogs. Amazing. Yeah, French Bull Mastiffs. Yeah, they're a type of Mastiff, aren't they? But very floppy. Yeah. Was it Turner and Hooch? That movie, wasn't it? That was one of those, probably. I think. Right. Where's my chat channel thing? Right. Anyway, back to the point. So we got onto the island. We had to look around. We found out that it was run by now Radio Caroline. Actually, used the transmitter site that was there, and we were sort of finished up there, and we were going to go and have a look at the rest of the site, which would have included the old nuclear bits where they did nuclear experimentation, and I'm looking at the comments. I have to stop looking at the comments for a minute because it's breaking my train of thought. Then we were going to go and have a look at the lighthouse as well. So the decision was made that would probably be a bad idea because it was starting to get dark and it would have taken too long to get there. So we decided we would just turn back and walk the quickest way to the beach, and then go along the beach way to get home. Now the problem was, initially when we got over there, it was quite warm, and this was getting towards near sunset, and the wind got up. I was expecting the wind to go down. The wind had actually got up, and it was a lot stronger. So when it started to get cold, walking back, I started feeling hypothermic, and I don't know whether it was because of heat stroke or whatever, because I definitely picked up a lot of heat on the way over there, but I started feeling a heat stroke, and then I've had hypothermic effects, and I was shivering, and I was basically feeling like, because I had a t-shirt on, it was taking all the heat off my body. My arms were cold, my neck was cold, my head was cold. So I put this hat on that I had, but it was still, my neck and my head were cold, and I said to everybody, just walk back, we'll carry on. My mate Steve sort of stayed with me, and everyone else walked ahead. But there's no describing, it was really hard. It was really hard. In fact, I did better than describe it. Like, I'll show you. I'll actually bring up some clips, because I filmed with my camera. Bear in mind that I was very, very drained of energy. I was very cold, and I was fighting for ways to keep myself warm. People offered, "Oh, I'll take off my top if you need it," and things. And I said, "No, it's all right. No, don't do that, because then you'll be feeling like I'm feeling." Probably they wouldn't, because they weren't in the state I was in. But I was like, "Oh no, it's okay. Don't do that," and all that. And then people sort of accelerated ahead, and then it was just me and Steve. And I was, the thoughts were going through my head was, we're never getting there. We're never getting there, because we were looking for the headland, and it was never getting closer. Hang on, I'm out of focus, aren't I? I am. Hang on, I forgot to stick the focus back. It's actually out of focus. There you go. That's a bit better, isn't it? Yeah. There we go. So the thought processes going through my head was, nothing was getting closer, and we'd been walking for an hour, and it just seemed like the lighthouse was still the same size, and the headland was still the same size. And it's like as if I was in some sort of like horror movie where you can't escape. It was like nothing was getting closer. We weren't achieving anything, and we were walking, and we were getting tireder. Well, more tired. Sorry, not tireder. That's the wrong word. We were getting more and more tired, and it was just horrible. It was a horrible feeling, and it felt like shit. And I got back to the car, and I was just like, oh God, And then of course, on top of that, then you had to, I had to drive back home. So it was like lots of stops of coffee, and feeling like shit. And had I had the electric bike with me, I could have got over to the island quickly, and had anyone become ill, I could have gone back and got whatever we needed, and we could have ferried things back and forth in record time. But as it turned out, we had to walk. I didn't have a coat. I got really cold, like very, very cold. And Steve himself was saying, it was just bloody horrible. Anyway, let's people are talking about Trump. I'm really glad to see that he's brought out this thing against the social media companies doing fake news censorship and taking away freedom of speech, because it is definitely required. Because you've got YouTube deciding what you can and can't say, what's good, what's bad. Well, who are they? Puritanical bloody preachers or something? They can decide what's right and what's wrong, and what can be said and what can't be said. So that to me steers society. That steers society in a way that a bunch of people who are not elected, I never said what was okay for them to do and not to do. Yeah, so they make it up themselves, and it's like God knows what politics they work under, and and what sort of pressures can be placed on them by companies and governments and things to do what they want and do their bidding. I think people should be allowed free speech, and if it's not good, then if it's not good what people are saying, then let the comments deal with it. We don't need the people who run the the thing to deal with it for us. Yeah. Anyway, let's get to these videos. Okay, now I ended up, I had to put I had a little ninja mask thing which had been in my bag forever, and I've never really used it. I had to put that on to try and get extra warmth, but I was so drained by the end of it. I was honestly thinking that I was going to have to collapse, or just I needed some rest. But I was thinking, if I rest, I'll never start moving again. If I rest now, I won't be able to start moving. So I kept going, but the thought was that something's going to happen here and I'm going to collapse, and then they're going to end up calling a bloody ambulance or something. Yeah, but I didn't want that to happen. I carried on. In the end, eventually, it seemed like an eternity because it was horrible. Time seemed stretched right out, and it seemed like we were walking and walking and walking and walking forever and ever and ever and ever and ever, and it just seemed to take forever. And Steve attested to that. It's just like, you know, God, he said, we're never going to get there. We're never getting there, you know. So there we go. Let's have a look at the videos. So let me see if I can bring one up first. Right, round 2. This is.
Oh, hi. Yes.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find it. 31st. These are all. Right, here we go. I'm looking at myself now on the screen. I look rough. I look rough on the screen, actually. Let me just see if I go full screen on this. Let's see if I can bring it up. 4K, 2K, full. Right, I might have to put on the audio as well. So let's see if this works.
Wind. Is this? Oh yeah. Coast bucks. Cold. My bag. The wind.
I just explained that I'm actually putting my bag in front of me. The reason being is because I'm trying to keep the wind from hitting my belly, because it's stripping the heat from my belly. I'm getting this heat stripped from my head, my belly, my neck, my legs, my arms. So I'm basically trying to, you know, survive here. So
yeah, there. I just cover myself as much as possible so we can get through. Nasty.
We even tried like walking down the hill to see if it was less wind, or up the hill, or on the side of the beach, you know, to see, because it was that bad. I mean, it was something like, you know, you just wanted to get out of that wind because it was cold and it was biting. Yeah. So anyway, let's have a little look. Oh, oh, hang on. Did I have this right screen even selected then? Hang on.
Drop down. Horrible.
So that was the start. Let's move on to like later when I sort of do more of this. Let's have a look.
Right.
I'll just skip forward.
Right. Yeah. Pull this up like this.
Oh, sorry.
Huddle myself up.
Right. I'm basically telling people here I'm having to cover myself up, and I did literally have to walk with my hand like that to stop the wind hitting my neck. So I tried putting my stuff up like that, but it doesn't seem to be working. So a lot of it was walking like this to stop the wind hitting my neck, because it was cooling my neck down so much. I thought that the way I was feeling was probably to do with the fact that your neck, if it gets chilled, you can end up sort of feeling bad from that. So anyway, let's have a little look again.
Well, it has got proper pop on motor. Yeah, it's not the end of the world, but it could turn nasty. Once the temperature's going to plump down, we're going to be closer to home by then, but to be shit. Makes me think emergency silver blanket, you know, in the bloody kit like.
And I'm saying, you know, in the future I'll have to get an emergency silver blanket. You know, it's very light and very small. Just put it in my kit, because, you know, it was not comfortable at all. It was not comfortable. And let's have a little look at what happened a bit later on. So let's go move forward a couple of videos now. Right. So this one, you can see that I've put on my hang on, is it the wrong angle?
Nice.
Oh, there's nothing I can do about that right now. If it's done it the wrong angle when I started. But I've got my ninja mask on. But like we just just took forever. And as I said in the previous video, the sun's going down, and when that happens, it's going to get really cold really fast. It was bad enough as it was, and yes, it got worse.
As you see, everything's tucked in. Got this. Check your neck. Check your neck. It's on the neck. Blood vessels in the neck.
So I'm basically in sort of like trying to save myself here, by trying to keep as much of my body covered as possibly I could. And I think Steve actually chimes in at some point as well, and sort of like, I can't, hang on, Steve sort of comes in and says, no, it's pretty bad, but there we are. He was laughing at me when I put it first on. He was like, oh, look at you. What do he call me? The Phantom Pie Flinger, I think he calls me. Hang on, there he is, look. See what he's got to say.
He's, let me see it.
Right, so that's that. Let's go to the next one. Sorry. I don't think you saw. You didn't see that, did you? Because I was on the wrong bloody screen. Sorry, I'm not. Right. Sod it. Right, let's get to the next video. I'll get this one right.
Car somewhere.
Right. Okay, I'll give you an idea. Right. Okay, let's get that full screen.
Car.
Full screen. Right. Okay, so here we go.
Car is. There they are.
10 miles.
And there.
Somewhere.
There. So anyone who says that we.
So yeah, it just seemed like a long way away, and it never got any closer. So yeah, it never got any closer until right at the last minute. But I mean, it's just like.
Anyone who says just a little walk along the beach.
Right. There we are. So let's get this going then. So.
Don't believe it. Don't believe it. Don't believe
He's taking us like.
Don't believe it. Flat flinger.
He and others believe me it was a small walk. The problem when it's like it's not blowing a gale, but this is nasty. If you take a coat with you, just in case it changes, because it's like, well, it's not the end of the world, which is comfortable. So, hence my mask.
There's me putting on a brave face saying it's not the end of the world. It was the end of the world, because that's not what was going through my head. What was going through my head was, this is going to be the end of the world. I am gonna collapse. I was putting on a brave face, but trust me, that's not what was going through my head. Right, and I was not a happy Teddy. So yeah, is there any more to this video, or should we just skip on, see if there's a bit more towards the end?
Hi Rob.
Nope, that's another video. So that was the last video I did. I think I actually said this is going to be the last video in it. So I'll finish there then, and let's come back and bring up your comments and see what I've been doing wrong. See if I've done anything right. It's gone. It's moved. The position of the comments was moved. Oh, the position's moved. Hang on. Well, bear with me. Right. There we are. Oh. Come on. Stop buggering about. Right, I have to stretch the screen out a minute. There we go. Right, let's have a look at what you've been saying. So, I mean, it was a lot darker than it looks there, because the camera makes it look bright. It was literally, you're talking the sun is just setting on the horizon or just gone over the horizon. And when I got back to the car, you would have had crap photography if you tried to take photos. It was definitely dark. And so as I drove out to the place, we had our headlights on, you know what I mean? So it's like, it was definitely, but somebody said, take care, Matt, you're not as young as the rest of them. Yeah. Oh, this is Uber Micro Repair says, I used to ride through Small Heath, got bottles thrown at me, and spat at because I was white. Oh my God. So there, that was us coming away from the place, but it struck me more as a kind of like a survival exercise rather than a bloody trip to see some transmitters, because we didn't end up, we didn't think we were going to have that happen to us, and we didn't think that it was going to be that extreme. So it just goes to show, even though you think you shouldn't need to do it, you know, you do need to take proper clothing with you in case it rains or the elements change. Because if you get caught out and you get hypothermic and you get, like, you know, it's not good. So it is really important, you know, just even though it's more weight and more ball ache, just take something with you. Even if it's been my very thin waterproof coat that wraps up into a small space, even if it just been that, it would have kept the wind off me, you know. But it was unfortunate, and it led to afterwards me you know, having heat stroke bloody symptoms, and then the hypothermic stuff I'm sure didn't help, and I've just had to spend the best part of, well, I don't know, 2 days, is it? What day? I don't even know what day we're on. Tuesday, yeah. It was Sunday, so I've just lost 2 days, yeah, because of this. So yeah, so take it seriously if you're going out and explores, and don't mess around with the elements, because even on a day that was sunny, and even on a day that looked perfectly fine, yeah, there were factors there that could really screw it up, yeah, like the high winds, taking all the heat off your body. Yeah, it's just crazy. I didn't think that could happen. Certainly not somewhere in the UK. Just high winds. Yeah. So IKS Steve says, what a day. Steve was there. IKS Steve is in channel, so hi to IKS Steve. He says, what a day. It was a crazy day, and I think it tested a lot of people. I mean, Steve, how did you feel after the day? I mean, did you feel like it pushed you out on the limits? Yeah, Sue Dilworth. Hello, Sue. How are you? Classic sunstroke symptoms, Matt. Yeah. Dear. Maybe I did have sunstroke then. Shit, isn't it? Yeah. Just watched Sam and Jess's video and joined here now. Glad you have boat face now. Keep safe always, says Deco Floyd. Yeah. Michael Myers, it will happen. It'll go up soon. Yeah. So well, hopefully, you know, we'll feel better over the next day or so, and I'd like to get out and do some stuff. I did say to Curbs this evening, I said, Curbs, I'll come up to Swindon and we'll just have a chat, because I was, you know, feeling like a bit stir crazy. We're just going to have a chat about, you know, doing some stuff or whatever. And then I just didn't have the energy, and I was like, oh God, maybe I'll just do a live stream instead, because then I'm not driving the car feeling drained, you know, and that's better, you know. So So IKS has hit 100,000 subs. Wow. When was that then? Let's have a look. That's worse than the RAF regiment's 5 mile of death. Barbara Ridding says, I went to Rudlow but couldn't get in. Okay. I'm going boss-eyed now. Am I really? Am I going boss-eyed? I don't think so. I've still got my unopened can of warm beer here, and I've got some milk. What places do I know of in Swindon? We've been to quite a few of them. Curbs is the best guy to ask because he lives in Swindon. Sam and Jess's video is very good. Is this the one from the island? Is this the one where we went down to Drake's Island? Yeah, I haven't actually managed to edit mine yet, so I've got so many more important ones to do before that. It's going to take a little while to come out. But, yeah. Raver says, I've seen worse, Matt. Yeah, I mean, it's not necessarily... I didn't look too bad, but I felt bad. And, like yesterday, my swelling's gone down in my lips. My lips were right up. I assume most of you probably watched the, well, some of you would have watched Carl's video from Dark Arts Paranormal. Oh, sorry. I think I'm going to go in a bit because I want to get to bed, and it's come up to 9 o'clock, so I'm probably going to do it. Let the dog out. I've managed to take the dog out today, so she's okay. There was an IK article in the Express the other day. Really? World War II, 8 secret Blitz tunnels built below London Underground exposed. Okay, so anyway, right, I'm going to, I hope I've managed to say thank you to everybody who's done these donation things, the super chats. I don't quite know how much has been, actually sort of like, gathered, but I would imagine it's going to be about £20 or something like that, which is very kind of those people to do that. So that will definitely go towards some suntan cream and possibly a bigger hat. So we shall see. But for the moment, look, because I'm starting to flag a bit, and yeah, I don't think you'd have got this long out of me if I'd actually had any alcohol. Right, I would have literally half a can to a can, and I would literally be unable to speak by now. Okay, that's just the state I'm in, and okay, and yeah, trust me, there ain't no alcohol. I've still got some of my, where is it? Vimto left, so that'll be going with me beside the bed for me to go to sleep and have a nice night. But there we are. I will edit the video properly. I'll probably have to re-dub over the sound because it's so windy you can't hear what I'm saying, but there we go. And it help hydrate my stiff lips. There we are. We will probably go back as well. Yeah, relax with Granny. She'll help you. Get better, Max. Relax with Granny, and she'll help you. My granny's passed away, unfortunately. So, Sam and Jess. Let's have a look. What video have they got then? Oops. Bass Rebels is a record label providing. Well, they subscribe to a channel. See, so there we are. Journey to the Hidden Island. Look, there we are. Oh, see the vid. Yeah, forget it. It's called Journey to UK's Forbidden Island, and now I've lost my chat thing. Okay, so there we go, folks. Have a look at their channel, and we'll catch you all soon. But anyway, just wanted to let you know, because apparently a lot of people were asking about me and saying, am I okay? And I'm definitely a lot better than I was. So yeah, it just takes time, sometimes when I get overexerted, I have to take a couple of days to recover. And this was definitely on the far end of the scale. So yeah, we shall have to take it a bit more easy in the future. I'll definitely get the electric bike so I can take a lot of the hard work out of getting to some of these places. Yeah. Okay then, thank you very much. He says I look really ill. Oh yeah, I feel a little bit run down, but yeah, we are getting there. At least I'll probably have a nice, nicer tanned skin at the end of it. Although that'll probably all just fall off as well. Okay, thanks very much for watching, and we shall catch you all soon. And to everybody who's donated, a thank you again, and catch you on the next one. So keep exploring. Just make sure you take a coat.